X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X a few days ago.
Many are upset over the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, with some people claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money. Allegedly, there's this script that got leaked showing how the fight was supposed to go down between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Reason, and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, your favorite podcast for the latest in boxing drama. And today we've got something huge for you. I mean, this is one of the biggest disasters in modern boxing history, and we're here to unpack every ridiculous, cringeworthy detail. Yes, we're talking about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Was it a fight, or just another staged spectacle designed to rob the fans of their hard-earned cash? We're about to dive deep into this so-called legendary fight, but first, get that like button if you're tired of this circus, and don't forget to comment below with your thoughts, because trust me, we need to talk about this. Now, let's get into it.
Friend Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died over the summer. He said, he had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy, and then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul. Just your thoughts on what we saw.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong.
All right, so let's rewind the tape, right? Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. The fight we were promised was going to change the game. Fans waiting for months, throwing money at tickets, pay-per-views, you name it, thinking we were about to witness something that could rival the greatest fights in history. But instead, we got a scripted disaster so embarrassing that even WWE fans were like,
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It's just
Like
Mike-
scripted in what way?
no, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so. It's odd, bro.
The timing. It's a timing.
I mean,
He
it's
fights
obviously
two-
odd.
No, he fights two no names, beats them both.
yeah, we've seen better acting. It's not just me. Oh, no. Fans are livid right now. People are demanding refunds, and rightfully so. The fight was so rigged, it makes you wonder if they're going to start selling tickets to the next fight as the greatest show on earth. It wasn't just a fight. It was a farce. A big, expensive joke. And trust me, we're going to break this down in a way that'll make you question why I even bothered supporting this mess. So buckle up. It's about to get dramatic.
To go down. So round one was supposed to go like this. The opening bell rings and Tyson, showing flashes of his old form, immediately stalks forward with his signature bob and weave style. Paul maintains distance, circling the ring cautiously. Tyson lands a few jabs, but Paul's youth shows in his superior ability.
Let's start with the latest tea, the leaked script. Yep, you heard me right. There's a script that's been floating around online that allegedly shows how the fight was supposed to go down. And guess what? The round by round predictions, they were spot on. Round 1, round 2, round 3, and so on. All laid out. Mike Tyson, a legendary fighter who once ruled the boxing world, was reduced to nothing more than a puppet. And Jake Paul, well, he was the guy pulling the strings. The script was so obvious, even my grandma could have seen it coming from a mile away.
Round two. Tyson comes alive, cutting off the ring more effectively. He lands a thunderous left hook to Paul's body that draws a collective gasp from the crowd. Paul weathers the storm, using his reach advantage.
Look, let's be real here. This wasn't a fight. This was a money grab with boxing gloves on. Mike Tyson, a guy who once KO'd legends like it was his job, looked like he was fighting with a broken back. And Jake? Oh, man. Don't even get me started. He was strutting around the ring like he'd just beaten the ghost of Muhammad Ali, when in reality, all he did was beat an old man who could barely stand up straight. I mean, who needs skill when you've got a script, right? Why actually train for a real fight when you can just get a nice paycheck and a couple of rounds of fake punches?
3. Paul gains confidence, starting to plant his feet more. He lands a sharp right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. The former champion responds with a vintage combination, but Paul slips most of it.
But hold up, before we get too deep into the shenanigans, I want to hear from you, the fans. Drop your comments below. Do you think this was all just a scam? Was it a legitimate fight, or was it all scripted for the cash grab? You know we love to hear your thoughts, so let's get this conversation going.
I'm glad to see that because if I hadn't saw that, I would be worried that this fight may not.
All right, so let's break down the fight itself. Round one, Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champ, comes out and does what he does best, moves with his legendary bob and weave. And what does Jake Paul do? He prances around the ring like it's his first day in the gym, trying not to trip over his own ego. Tyson lands a few jabs, looks like he's about to come alive, but then, bam, Jake Paul, with all the grace of a caffeinated toddler, throws a combo and somehow manages to not fall over. Tyson's timing off. His punches slow. It felt like we were watching an old man on a walker try to box a teenager who skipped leg day.
Catches him flush on the chin. Tyson's leg buckle and he drops to the canvas. Then he's out for the count, but Tyson, despite his warrior heart, cannot beat the 10 count. Winner Jake Paul by KO. What?
But hey, no big deal, right? I mean, Tyson's been through a lot lately. He nearly died, literally. He had multiple blood transfusions, lost a ton of weight, was practically recovering from a near-death experience. And then they thought, yeah, this guy's ready for a fight. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, forget the fact that he's literally been fighting for his life a few months ago. Let's put him in the ring with a YouTuber who thinks he's the second coming of Rocky Balboa. Smart decision, right? Sure, why not? Round two, here we go. Tyson lands a solid left hook. The crowd's hyped for, 5 seconds? Then reality hits. Tyson's tank is on empty, and Jake Paul, like a kid who just discovered Red Bull, is bouncing around like he's in a schoolyard fight.
Reason and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson.
Tyson's old school technique, non-existent. Hall, using his reach advantage like he's training for a basketball game instead of a boxing match.
It seemed like he was just going through the motions, and now we might know why. After the fight happened, everyone all over the sport started debating whether it was all just a cash grab. But can we really...
I gotta know who was sitting in that arena thinking, yeah, this is the fight of the century. Because that wasn't a fight. It was a bad stage performance. And don't even get me started on the leak script. Round 3 rolls around, and Jake's feeling good about himself. He lands a decent right cross and stuns Tyson for a second, then starts strutting like he's just KO'd the ghost of Muhammad Ali. That's when you know it's bad. Not the knockout punch. No, just the YouTube star living his best life while boxing fans are slowly crying in their seats.
Power at all. No. He hit you with one. You gave him the tongue. Only because the crowd, got turned up. But
Oh, and here's the kicker. Tyson's movements were so slow that you could almost hear the crickets. It was like watching someone try to box in slow motion. Meanwhile, Jake Paul was out here looking like he thought he just won the heavyweight title. Buddy, you didn't win anything but the title of biggest money grab in boxing history. Congratulations, your ego's bigger than your actual talent. Bravo.
I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically. I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my appearance. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
Does that mean we won't see you fight again?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the grand finale. You know, the knockout punch we were all expecting? Yeah, it didn't happen. Instead of a thunderous KO, what did we get? A dragged out decision win for Jake Paul. No knockout, no legendary moment, just a pathetic decision that made fans feel like they'd been duped.
Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it.
But hey, don't worry. Jake Paul's got a cool $4 million in his pocket, and Tyson, well, he's got $20 million to show for being part of this absolute circus.
X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X a few days ago.
I think I'm gonna have to handle this situation.
You gonna knock him out?
I think I'm gonna hurt him, yeah.
Let's zoom out for a second. We're talking about a guy who nearly died a few months ago. Tyson had half of his blood drained due to complications from an ulcer, and yet they decided to throw him into the ring against a guy who's practically a celebrity. But hey, what's health when there's money to be made, right? And don't even get me started on Tyson's admission that he did this just for the cash, you know? I did it for my bills. Wow. The man who once ruled boxing is now reduced to doing scripted fights for money. This isn't just sad, it's tragic. Let me know your thoughts so far, because if you're as disgusted as I am, hit that like button. We've got more to cover. And trust me, it gets worse. You won't believe what happened after this fight went down. So stick around. It's about to get juicier.